Foundation. This is our warehouse in lovely Gardena, California. Today we have a sunny day, and today we're going to give you a tour of our warehouse today here. I'm not sure how many people are online right now. Probably check in, send some comments. Today we're going to give you a tour of our warehouse where we see all our upcycled materials here today. All cast off materials, stuff that companies are donating to us because they're meant to go to the landfill, but then we come in and say we can have awesome projects made with all these upcycled materials. For example, these are all gift card boxes that were donated to us. They were intended to go to the landfill, but then we came along and we have new purposes for them. So if you guys haven't had a chance to come down to Gardena, our warehouse, please, once we reopen, have everything back to normal and we're not quarantined anymore, we'll have this open for you guys. My name is Gonzalo, also known as the Gentle Giant. I'm here for you. Please, if you have anything. And then behind the camera, we have our junior board member, Evelyn. Say hi, Evelyn.
Hello, everyone.
You'll see Evelyn later on. Today, we're going to give you a tour of the warehouse. And also, we're going to do an awesome project that Evelyn's going to take over in a few minutes. But for now, I'm going to show you around. Please comment around. You'll see a lot of upcycled materials, a lot of artwork that has been made from our staff members here. Please, on the comments, if you see something that amazes you, see like, what is that? I'll explain it to you. And if you see any upcycled materials that is being made that I didn't point out, please point it out and we'll give you a chance. I'll explain it to you how we are using it. Again, today we're going to start off by giving you a little quick tour of our facilities, our warehouse today. As you can see, the wall is here is made out of cones. It gives you a bright wall. It pops. So instead of having a plain white wall, we decided to put cones and make it burst a little bit, have a little pop color to it. And then also it gives you an example of how we use our upcycled material. And then for we have tons of upcycled materials. It goes from thumbtacks to springs, and for some reason, if you don't have any shorts for the summer coming up or pants, we got that 4th of July pants ready for you here. And then we also get the odd, weird upcycled materials. For example, these are P-cups. Don't worry, they're clean. All the materials is clean. They never been used. It goes straight from the company, straight to us. So before they actually decide to throw it out into the landfill, we come along and pick it up. So yeah, we have a bunch of materials here that you can come along. And we also have a lot of wood. We work with a lot of wood. I'll show you some more wood projects that we have going on. Today, we have one of our other student or youth board member, Mario. Say hi, Mario.
Hi.
Today, he's going to be working on something on the glow forge. Essentially, it's just a laser cutter. I'm not sure what he's working on today, but from this, we do a lot of renderings. We are working on some game cabinets that we are making, but before we make the big version, sometimes they're going to be about 8 feet tall, which is 2 feet taller than me. I'm 6'3", so we have to make a small version to see if it actually works. So that's how we get a lot of the materials to work here too as well, before we actually make the big version of it. More materials that we have. We have a lot of board games that are donated to us as well, from board games to just random paper or just wrapping materials. I love to use this material because it's colorful, it pops, it gives you a shiny look to your gift that you're gifting to someone. And then, again, with the P-cups, we also use the lids. The lids we use for a lot of different projects. We'll show you that going along. Again, this is just one of our walls that shows examples of students actually using the upcycled material to have different projects, different comments. If you remember the wall that I showed you from the beginning, so that wall is made out of all these cones. So it has from different cones. We get these from different, they're all used as yarn spool. So they all come in different colors. They're all the same size, but essentially that works for the wall so it can actually be even. And then our most popular item, a lot of people love these hearts. They're all cardboard hearts. They're good when it comes to Valentine's Day. I know it passed, but still, you can always use these for different projects that come to mind. And we'll probably just go down some aisles and show you a few things. We get carpet. We use a ton of carpet for a few of our projects as well. These spools, you'll see them used today for our project today, and then you'll see Evelyn use this cone. And then I love these tubes. They're colorful. They're awesome. They're spiral. I think this is one of my favorite objects here in the warehouse. It pops. It gives it a good color. And then this is one of another example that we use our upcycled materials. These were all the spools, and so our staff members actually used this to make our wall. This is to separate the storefront to our work area. You show them the wall, Evelyn, they can see it real quick. It is a long wall, so you can actually see it. It's colorful, it pops, it gives a good image to a lot of the customers when they love it, when they come and see it. We also have a few of these. 3D goggles. They're all cardboard, so come along. Once we're open, please come see us. And then we have to have our own red carpet, and we also sell it too. Well, not sell. We also take donations for it. We also have it. And then I'll show you our office. If you can see, it's all made of green doors. And then on top of our office, you see a lot of these mannequin heads that made a good spin to it. You see you have some unicorns, some antler horns. It has a good look to it. And then Evelyn can show the shooting heads, aka our shooting stars. If there's any, Evelyn, read off any comments if you have any.
So Stark on it says, "Hi Mario." Holly, the Jolly Rancher, says, "I have with my family. We just finished a 3-day long game of Monopoly. It's really cool."
Oh, nice. Also, if you have any project that you've been working at home that you've been inspired by our Twitch channel, please tag us on them so we can show them off in our social media. Please and follow us as well on Instagram, Facebook, and also on our Twitch channel. If you haven't already, click that follow. And please, and thank you again for joining us today. And if you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Hopefully you have fun today. This is another project that we worked on. Essentially, this huge cart was supposed to go to the junkyard or the trap and the landfill. But then we came along and put our spin to it. We actually used this for our anti-gallop back in, what was it, October? October. So we used that. Then we also have, which is cool, which I love, we have our 10-pound bags here. These have just random materials from our warehouse. We fill them up to the brim. They weigh up to 10 pounds, even more sometimes. And so we actually have these for students, for teachers, for families to come out and check out what we have. And so you can make cool projects like, what was it, Holly the Jolly Rancher made that Monopoly game. Maybe if she used any of our upcycled materials, please tag us on it. Then on the behind Evelyn, this is one of our steam carts. A lot of schools have these, a lot of programs. We send out some tools. We send a lot of upcycled materials, so students and parents and teachers can make awesome projects that whatever coming up to mind. Another upcycle, uh, upcycle thing that we made was this is actually our kitchen wall. So there, if you can see, they're actually made out of these like plastic containers. We'll check it out from the other side. But you can see they're just random plastic containers. Some of them still have lids on them. And we check it out from the inside, from the other side. You see how the lids give it this cool pattern to it. So this is where essentially we had lunch, and we cooked whatever we brought in for lunch. And so we come into our white room. This is where we work on a lot of our projects that we're doing. Like I mentioned, we've been working on these game cabinets, and here we've been actually working them, rendering them, and see how we can make them better. Come on in, I'll show you. I feel like this is a version of Cribs. Welcome to my house. No, I'm just kidding. So you can see a lot of the things that we've been working in for. The game cabinets, you can see they're all made out of cardboard. You give them a closer look. They're actually just with a Raspberry Pi, and they're all made out of cardboard. So a lot of things that people can find easily at home. We just try to give it like our little modern look to it. And a lot of it we just bought it online. The buttons, the knobs. But other than that, everything else was made at home. If you can show them a closer look at the guts of it, it's really straightforward. You have a little Raspberry Pi, a multi HDMI connector for the monitor, and all the button connection. It looks difficult, but it really isn't. Once you follow the pattern to one of them, you'll get all of them straight for it. Over here on this side, we have you're wondering what's all this covered. It's all our Steam Lab. That's our Steam Lab. We send these out to schools. They have a ton of schools have them here in LAUSD and throughout to make out. Oh, right. Oh, so, yeah. Good question to start. A Raspberry Pi is almost like a little computer into it. We just use it so you can plug it in, and it has all the connection: a USB, a HDMI, a memory card, and so we can just upload our programs onto it, and then that's how our games are coming out on it, right? And then there's another game cabinet. We actually rescued this piece as well to go from going to the landfill, and we made it into one of our games. We got, what was it, Evelyn? Was it at one of our at 2-Bits, what's it called?
The
beta night?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it was featured in one of our beta nights, so that was there. And I'll show you another one that was in our beta night. This is one of the game cabinets that we made. We put LED lights on the side. You just put the buttons up here, and then it gives you a quick. Once it's plugged in, it gives you a quick bright version of the buttons. And then you want to see, then I'll show you back here as well. So back here we house a lot of a lot of the activities and projects that we're doing. This monitor goes with the other white project that we have over there. There's another project. This was what, Evelyn?
The fortune teller.
The fortune teller, that's right. Actually, there's a monitor down here, and it projects it off of this acrylic clear panel. It actually projects off of it. So it gives it like a floating look to it. And then back here, this is where we do a lot of the other work as well. And we have our 3D printers back here. A lot of the stuff that you see that we're still working on as well. And then also, like Dr. Jajana, she works with a lot of the Soho brick. So we've been working on making our own game cabinet off of Soho bricks. Essentially the same thing as the cardboard one. It is just made out of all Soho bricks. It has the same thing: Raspberry Pi, the control knobs, and some speakers so you can actually hear what's going on with your game. All right, be careful, Evelyn. You're walking backwards. And so this is our white room. this is where we house a lot of our projects that are done and aren't done yet. So we have them here, and whenever we have time, when we're open, we actually work with it. So then, we're going back to the office over here. And then here you can see a lot of the upcycled materials being used as well. Like for example, we love using our upcycled materials to make artwork. And if you can see it, can anyone see what actually reads out? I give you a few seconds to actually look at it, and then you can comment and see what. Put your guesses down there. So while you're commenting, I'm gonna show you our cardboard room. We actually made a room out of cardboard, where we have books. This book. So the way we did it, the laser cutter that Marge working on it, we laser cut all the books into just a flat sheet, and then we just folded it, and then just put the panel in the middle. But then all the artwork was made at home. A lot of the artwork was made by Kate, one of our Twitch people that's doing our Twitch channel, but also a lot of volunteers came along to help us out with this. Thank you to all the volunteers. None of this would have been possible without them. And then this is a good segue right here. We made a sink. Make sure to wash your hands, stay clean, and stay at home. I know staying at home is kind of hard right now, but make sure to keep clean, wash your hands. And then we come over to our imagination.org corner. Make sure to check out that website, imagination.org, and make sure to become one of our chapters. And it'll be an easy step. It's just a few clicks and then just a few information and just join. And this cardboard room was actually part of our anti-gala back in October. So it was brought to you by AT&T and Vans. This wouldn't be possible without Vans. Thank you, and AT&T, thank you very much. As you can see, after our anti-gala, and then, as you can see, we made our own. We had a challenge as well back in October, I believe, or November. The whole staff members around the warehouse, we came along and see who can make the best cardboard or just upcycled material vans. So you can see a few of our renderings down here. This is just one of the cardboard ones. And then over here, you can just see a bunch of materials that we found here at the warehouse. It doesn't have to be all cardboard. Like this one's all made out of foam, which is cool to make projects. This is just made out of carpet, that one I showed you down before. And then, remember our steam lab that I showed you? We made our own cardboard version of it. A lot of the volunteers worked on it. We have our hammers, our saws, our pliers. We actually have our salt as well, extinguisher. It's all cardboard, so safety first. And then also our hard hat, because cardboard is really heavy. And then up here, so you can feel like the glam star that you are, we have our cameras. So as soon as you walk into our office, cameras are on you. And then before I forget, you can see our lights are even upcycled. They're all almost like Tupperware. So it gives you like that look to it. They're really pretty cool. Anyone successfully figure out what it said?
Green Orca said reuse.
Reuse, yes. Thank you, Green Orca. Yes, it is. It says reuse. So this is another part of our office. On this side, you can see we have just a straight shot look into our wet room where we showed you our game cabinets on our project that we house there. And then when we come over here.
Yes, Albert Einstein. That was actually made by one of our workers here, Mindy. Shout out to Mindy. She created this awesome artwork made out of like platelets or pellets.
Where you find these will be also on our floor. All that you see there came from our floor, so that's a good example of our upcycled material. And then, thank you again for Vans. It wouldn't be possible without them. But then we come to our clowns. We wouldn't be the circus if we wouldn't have our clowns. But hey, we have our happy clown, and we always have, I don't know why, but I like this one the best. It's our creepy clown. And then, just a quick shot of one of our restrooms. I think this is one of our best restrooms, I believe. It's all it's made. The walls entirely decorated with our paper holders that are here. I guess we can all use this, especially for those who stocked up on toilet paper with this whole craze of quarantine going on. And then right behind Evelyn, she can pan over in the back. That's another example of our artwork. They actually use some of the foam that we have on the floor. And then they cut out students, cut out their design. And so they just dipped their foam into paint, and then they just pressed it. And then this is actually just a door. So that it made a good art frame to it, sturdy. And then yes, Evelyn pointed out who pointed out the Albert Einstein?
Well, it was just like a fun fact here.
Yes,
And also the art piece here
of
yeah. Earth.
That's all made out of this plastic plates that would get donated as well. They cut up the plates and then made that rendering of Earth, which is pretty cool as well. All plastic.
Yes.
And then we come into one of our offices. This office is pretty cool, as you can see as well. A lot of the light shades are made out of upcycled material as well, just different cones. And then you can see the wall here is entirely made out of white doors. And then this is one of our staff members. They made this. I think it's just the potato sacks.
A burlap sack.
Burlap sack, and then just sewed it on, which is pretty cool. Hey, we're all at home. Why not take up knitting and see if we can render that again? But then this is where we come, and this is our new version of our STEAM Lab. It splits into two, makes it easier for the classroom. It gives it a nice look. You can split it up and put it in different sides of the rooms, or just put it together like how we have it here, or you can put it back to back.
It's very modular, so you can move it around. As you can see, we have wheels and casters to make sure it locks into place and doesn't move.
And then you see that all those cones is the same cones that we used for that wall that I showed you in the beginning. Yeah. And so this is where we come, and I'll remember what I showed you. I'm gonna introduce you to Evelyn. So I'm gonna take the camera now, and now all eyes on Evelyn.
Alright, hi everyone, my name is Evelyn. I was the person you heard, the girl's voice you heard behind the scenes. So today, I'm actually a facilitator here. I do a bunch of projects, workshops, and this is one of them. This is one of my favorites. This is called ArtBot. So you're basically making a wobbly robot that uses markers as legs, and it creates like this masterpiece as soon as you put it all together. A few basic concepts we'll be learning today is creating a simple circuit. So all of these materials you'll be able to find at home. Really, all it is like a motor. For example, if you don't have a motor at home, you can easily buy it online, or you can go to your local 99-cent shop and pick up one of these electric brushes. And if you take off the cap end here, like this, you can easily put your finger in here and kind of gently toggle this plastic cap here. Put that to the side, and I'm gonna bring out this motor that's in here. It's a bit stuck, but that's fine. Basically, you're gonna have a little mini version of this motor. This is an offset motor that basically vibrates and kind of goes into different peculiar movements. Also, we're gonna use markers as legs for this robot. You can use as many as you want. Usually try to use 4, but you can go crazy and add as many different colors that you want. For sure, different colors are gonna make this design pop out. You're gonna use masking tape or duct tape. Any tape will do. You're also going to need foil, just small sheets of foil, one rubber band, wires like this, one red, one black. It doesn't have to be this exact same. You can use zip tie, not zip ties. What's
The
twist ties?
twist ties.
Sorry, twist ties. Just strip off the coating, the first coating, and you'll have a strip. Your wire, or you can use paper clips. Any of those work. You're also going to use paper clips here. You can use pom-poms, craft stems, and googly eyes for decoration. But we're missing something important, which is the body of our art bot. So we can come back here into our maker space and kind of skim through the materials we have here. What can we use to create a body? Let's see, I have wood. Wouldn't work, it's too heavy. We need like some material that is less dense than wood, so something really like a paper cup, you can say, you're working at home. And I see we have these cardboard cones. So these cardboard cones were actually spools, thread spools that were donated by a clothing manufacturer. And they donated this like cast off to us, and we're gonna use this to create a project. So this is your body. You can use, like I said, like I mentioned, you can use any like paper cup. You can make your own, something that's just like not too heavy and lightweight. So we're gonna put this here. We're gonna start off by making our own battery pack from scratch. So I have a battery here, right? We're gonna use this foil that we have. I'm gonna put that to the side. We're gonna use paper clips. I can go over the materials list one more time. So again, paper cup, an offset motor. You can use duct tape, masking tape, different colored markers. 4 would be the best, but you can go as crazy as you want. 1 battery, foil, wires, rubber bands, 3 paper clips, and just for decoration, pom-poms, craft stems, and googly eyes. And also, with adult supervision, you need some scissors, glue, and that would be it. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our cone here, and like I said, we're gonna grab our battery pack. We're gonna create a battery pack, so we're gonna put a battery to the side. We're gonna grab 1 of these paper clips and 1 of this foil. We're gonna cut it in half because it's a bit too long, just like this. Should be really easy. Okay, we're gonna grab our foil and our paper clip, and just halfway through we're gonna foil one end of the paper clip like this. So you want to cover it halfway through, kind of like that. Just make sure it's really secure. Right? So you should have something that looks like this. So now we're gonna do reiteration. So reiteration means you're gonna repeat the same process again, just with another paper clip. So we're gonna grab our foil, cover it halfway through, just like this. You're gonna fold it, kind of like mold it into the paper clip. And you should have something that looks like this. So now you should have 2 paper clips that look like this. And then we're gonna grab our battery, and to one side, we're gonna add our paper clip here and our paper clip to the other side. So you should have something that looks like this. And with a rubber band, we're gonna tie this around. So if this doesn't fail, we're gonna tie this.
Stark said fresh nails.
You know, the nail salons are kind of closed, so can't get new nails. But thank you. We're gonna grab our rubber band and tie it like this. Notice I only have 1 because if I have 2, it makes it a little difficult for me to tie the 2 at once. So your rubber band should look like this. your battery pack like this. And we're gonna stick this other paper clip to the other side. Let's see if we can make this work. Alright. Almost there. Let me see if I can just... There we go.
So teachers and parents, if your little ones need any help, please,
yes,
please help. But again, let them do it. Probably make one of your own as well, so you can do them at the same time, and then see if they need any help. You can help them out anyway. I'll pick this up real quick. Here you go.
There we go. And I have another battery pack. Don't even worry. Yes, like Gonzalo mentioned, this is the trickiest part. So it's like it requires, I guess, another pair of hands, but that's fine. We're gonna do this here. Wrap it around like this.
Jin Dog suggests tape the paper clips to the battery.
Oh, that's another good idea. Tape it. So we're gonna grab some masking tape.
Then add the rubber band.
Alright, let's see. We're gonna get some masking tape here. Let's see.
Yes, Dr. Leo Haynes, social distance is key.
Like this. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna add a paper clip to one side. Like this. Let's tape it here. And let's see if the paper clip is long enough to reach the other side.
We'll probably use 2 different pieces of tape so we can do one at a time.
Yeah. And this got stuck. And that works. Okay, awesome. And you should have something that looks like this. And now you should have, let me just flip this one around. Or that would work too. Alright. So now your battery pack should look like this. You should have paper clips sticking out kind of halfway through, because we're going to use this later as a switch to turn on and off our art bot. So now we're going to put this to the side, or not to the side yet. We forgot to add the rubber band to just secure it and make sure there is an electrical current running through here. Right? So essentially your own battery pack creates energy or generates power to turn on this art bot and create movement. So now we have this here. We're gonna take our cardboard spool and again a motor. Just basically it's an electrical current that runs through here to generate movement. So we're gonna add that here to the top, and we're gonna grab some masking tape, duct tape, and just secure that to the top.
If you guys don't have duct tape, just make sure that your motor gets secure some way, somehow.
Yes. So we're gonna just attach some to this, like this. Make sure it's really secure so it doesn't move. All right. And make sure here that the tape isn't blocking this spinning.
So that the motor that Evelyn is using today is an offset motor. The weight that she's pointing out right there is actually what makes it an offset motor. So once it spins, it gives it that vibration that we need for our art bot for today, and which is why the electrical toothbrushes use it, so it can vibrate while you're brushing your teeth.
And so if you can see here, each motor should have 2 spikes sticking out like this. Should have 2. And remember with those wires?
Yes, Jin Dog, just like a jackhammer.
We're going to take our wires. Remember, we have black and red. The black is negative and the red is positive. Our black is just ground. And to one of those, we're going to insert it through the hole here. Right.
So this part, parents, teachers, let the little ones try it out first, but just make sure to see if they just need a helping hand. The little posts on the motor are kind of sensitive, so just if they need help with that.
Yeah. So what we did here is just create a hook through it and then just kind of twist it around so it's secure. As you can see, if I'm pulling it, it doesn't fall out. And now we're going to do our second reiteration. We're going to put it through this hole and do a loop and twist it around like that. All right, so now make sure it doesn't fall out. Nope, it's not falling out. Secure. All right, and next step we're gonna do is move on to the fun part, which is our markers. So as you can see here, I have 5 different colored markers. So now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lay out a piece of tape. I'm gonna grab some masking tape. And we're gonna just lay out a big strand of tape. Oops. Where is that? Where is the... Okay, there we go.
Go.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna take out a big amount of tape to make sure it goes all around. And I'm going to place it sticky side facing towards you. So sticky side up, lay it down like this. We're gonna grab our markers and we're gonna space it out. So one can go here, the other one can go here, the other one can go here, and the black one can go here.
So at this point, the markers might take a few tries because you always have to check out, like, it's an engineering design process. You know, something isn't always perfect the first try you do it. You have to rework it. It's the example that I always give, like the iPhones. We're on what is going to be the iPhone 12 or something?
12,
something like that. Why they keep on making the new iPhone every year? Because they can make it better. And so we should take that that we can always take that point and continue on making our projects even better and see how we can make it better.
All right, so now we have our markers laid down. We're gonna grab our cardboard tube and we're just gonna see, need me to space these down a little, down. Just like that, and we'll see. Don't worry if you don't get this right on the first try, you can always go back to step 1 and just figure out what went wrong. So we're gonna put this here, right? And now we're just gonna take this. Make sure you mold it into the cardboard like that and use your nail to make sure it's secure. So now we're gonna go all around and we're gonna take this side here. And maybe this one can go. Is there one missing? Let's just put it right here. Like this. So again, this is like a really fun activity, really simple. It teaches you about simple circuits and the concepts of like the basics of engineering, like using a battery pack to power on and generate electricity or power to the motor. So you should have something that looks like this. Don't worry, it's gonna fall, but remember we can always go back and just switch around or add more markers if you would like to this robot. So if it's not standing, we're going to switch this a little downwards here. Like that. Now the important part we're missing is we're going to add our battery pack. So before we do that, we want to tape it down with masking tape. And hopefully it'll power on. If not, again, just make sure your wires are securely tied or the battery's just probably gone bad. So we're gonna just, let's say we're gonna put it here, tape it down like this. You can use more tape, of course. It's pretty heavy, so if it falls, just make sure to add more tape. And so now here we're gonna grab one of our wires.
So we're gonna test out the battery and the motor, see.
And wrap it around one end of the paper clip. So you can see here, I'm grabbing my black wire and just putting it on one end. Now we're gonna grab our second wire and hopefully this is working. Oh, you see, once again, make sure our wires are tightly secured. And if you have any questions, please make sure to comment down below if I went too fast or if I missed an important detail.
Jen Dog suggests it would have been it helps the paper clips facing the same direction of the on the battery.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All right, and now we're gonna put this through here. Here. Let's touch that. And oh, it's not working. But that's okay because we can try troubleshooting this problem, right?
Yes,
let's see. Make sure the tape isn't touching or getting in the way of this spinning. Let's see here. Let's check our connection. That's right. Maybe we need to secure. The problem would be with our battery pack. So let's try to see if it works. Alright, let's have this facing down. Let's check our battery pack. Let's try with Jen Dog suggested putting the facing paper clips together. Or the same way. So harvest what you can. Remember, one end goes here. My other paper clip lost its foil. We're gonna rip another foil. Do this like this. Make sure you mold it into the shape. The good thing about foil that it's very easy to handle.
And it seems like everyone has it at home, so they can use it as well.
These are very basic materials that you can get at home, or even on our kits too pretty soon.
Oh, Jen Doll suggested we test out the battery to the motor. Grab the battery from one of the other bots to test.
Let's see here. So it is the battery.
So probably, yeah, always check your battery as well, guys.
We have another battery here. That's funny. Is it? Nope. This is great.
So then the magic of Twitch, we can always test out.
A different one. So
let's test out the battery pack on that one and see how we can fix the one that we were making for today.
Alright, so it should turn into this.
So that one's working, so let's test out our motor with that battery pack and see if that works. It can probably also just be the motor.
Let's see, let's try to put this out. Let me unscrew this. Let's switch out our battery pack. So the problem was with our batteries.
So the problem was with the battery, yeah.
Alright, so let's check out if it's working now. Where is my... I'm gonna need more tape to secure this part. Here we have more tape. So again, we're gonna put our wire through and put it through our other paper clip. And there you go.
Yeah, Mike 2-bit. I think the troubleshooting projects are always the best. We always find the problems, and then it's look, she has it working. Nice.
All right. So now remember, with our paper clips, we created a switch. So now if you remove any wire from the paper clip, like this, you're gonna take it out.
There you go.
Stop moving. So you pretty much created a switch, your own battery pack. You powered on your own art bot. So now let's see this masterpiece. Create some art. We're gonna put this to the side, and later on we're gonna add some pom-poms, some craft stems, and some googly eyes just to make it a bit more interesting. We're gonna take off our caps here.
All right, let's see how it works. Then from there,
Let's see. We're gonna turn this on. Oh, this wire is too short. Alright, we're gonna set it down.
let's see what kind of art piece Evelyn makes.
See. It's a bit thin. Okay, now it's not moving. So again, make sure you have balance between each side of your art bot. It's always troubleshooting.
They're doing a Frankenstein. Oh, it's alive!
Yeah, so you can see it kind of moving around.
There you go. And then remember we said that we're gonna have to retouch this because the markers are kind of off,
Yeah.
so we just have to fix the markers on that, and so we can actually have it moving. As you can see right now, when it's just offset, it still makes a good pattern to it. But let's see if it works even more when we fix the markers.
Let's see. Let's try fixing the batteries.
Oh, it does look like splatter paint with chalk. Hollis the Jolly Rancher commented on that.
So we're gonna take this out. We're just gonna rip it out. It's easier with masking tape, so you can just put this back here. Alright, we're gonna grab some tape that we have around. Secure this. Now let's see if that makes this spin around.
She adjusted the marker. Let's see how it works.
Okay. Remember, it has to be hands-free in order to be working.
Hands free. Oh.
That's okay. I just think I need to adjust these markers. Let's see. Oh. This in here.
Alright, let's test it out. So yeah, like good thing we're running into these problems. Probably you guys at home will run into them. So you can check out how we're working on it. It is an ongoing project. Sometimes you have to fix it so it can actually work. And even then, once it actually works, let's see how else we can make it better. Probably use different markers, different types of paint instead of markers, and see how that works.
So we're gonna shut this off. Alright, and now we can add like some googly eyes just to make it more like a wacky. Where is my? Oh, I have a glue stick here. So we're just gonna.
Now she's gonna decorate it.
Add it here. Like this. Let's add some pom-poms. Some here. And let's make sure these stay on. Alright, we also have these craft stems. You can just, rotate it around. this. And let's see if this sticks. Oh.
There you go.
Like that. Let's see if this stays. I'm gonna just tie it around.
Oh. Thank you, Green Orca. They're saying that what a great team we are.
Yes.
We all work well together.
Alright, like that. You can always cut this off if it's too long. Scissors. Let's add these pom-poms back. And of course, let's add some googly eyes. Let's see.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So you have the googly eye here. Alright. And then another googly eye here. Let's put some on glue.
Ballsy24, yes. Whenever you do the projects, please send us, hashtag us on there so we can see the final result.
Here you have your art bot. Remember?
There goes our art bot.
Just to go over a couple concepts, we use the batteries to create energy and our motor to give it that wobbly effect to make this art piece here, and wires to create a connection. We have a red and a black wire. And this is your art bot.
There goes the art bot. So if you guys love this project, we are making some kits. The kits have 3 different projects in them. One of them is our art bot. Please check out on our online to see how our kits are looking and see what projects are involved. We are making different kits so anybody can make them, and we include some of the materials that you see here. I think the only thing that we don't include are the scissors, glue, and tape. Yeah, check out our website. We are coming out with some kits. And oh, nice. Someone's from Canada and they're watching.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. All right, probably the battery.
Let's see. Choosing our wire. There.
Yes, check us out at tubitcircus.org, everyone. And you can check out, see the kits on there and different projects that we have on there as well. We have our playbook. We have a few photos from things that we've done, and also the kits. Oh, there you go.
And that's your art bot.
There goes our art bot. There goes our work of art robot.
Yes.
And then
you can see it's drawing like a circle going around.
oh, there you go, look.
You can also slant the markers to create different shapes. And
Yeah, so if anyone is doing it right now with us or is planning on doing it, please make sure to take photos, hashtag us on Instagram, Facebook, and write any suggestions that you think that made your art bot even better. And thank you. And then what about we put our second art bot on it, see what kind of art both of them made? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, there goes our art bot. Again, thank you for joining us.
thank you for joining us. Tune in to our next week, Monday, for our next show. And
yeah, again, we're here Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Please join us again. Make sure to follow us on Twitch, social media, Facebook, Instagram, and see what's new with us, and see what kind of new project we come up with. Thank you, Holly, the Jolly Rancher. Jolly Rancher. She said bravo.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll see you Monday. See what kind of new project we're coming up with. And thank you again. Again, this is Gonzalo, also known as the Gentle Giant.
And this is Evelyn, and we're logging off.
All right.
Next time.
See ya. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Stay safe. Distance yourself and wash. Social distancing. Wash your hands. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.